Protests are continuing around the world. In London, 100,000 people marched to demand a ceasefire in Gaza Saturday.
Today, I'm here today to show my love and my compassion for the Palestinians who are suffering in Gaza and all the innocent lives that are being lost. We've came together today. It's not about religion, it's about humanity coming together and fighting for what's right.
Here in New York, multiple protests took place over the weekend. In Brooklyn, police cracked down on peaceful protesters Saturday, giving just a 5-minute warning to disperse before assaulting and reportedly arresting 19 people. This is an activist speaking earlier in the day.
I'm here because I'm a Jew born in Jerusalem, and I'm horrified and enraged that my government here in the U.S. is sending weapons and money and never-ending unconditional diplomatic support for Israel as it ceaselessly slaughters Palestinians.
On Friday, a group of activists from Adala Justice Project, Jewish Voice for Peace, Dissenters, and Dream Defenders occupied the D.C. office of California Congressmember Ro Khanna to demand he sign on to the resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. This is Sandra Tamari of Adala Justice Project.
Representative Khanna claims to represent progressive values, claims to care about his constituents. His constituents include Palestinians. His constituents include Muslims. We are dying. We're dying now. And we just need him to say the word ceasefire. That's all we're asking for.
Ro Khanna's political director resigned over his refusal to sign on to the resolution. As the activists sat on the floor of Khanna's office, thousands of others marched on the National Mall to demand the U.S. back a ceasefire. This is Congressmember Ilhan Omar, one of 18 lawmakers who signed the ceasefire resolution.
Even when they interview people who are living under bombardment in Gaza, they do not ask questions that address their humanity. They do not ask questions that address what is happening to their psyche as they are living through this bombardment.
Ilhan Omar was standing in front of a podium that said, "Ceasefire now." Former Michigan Congressmember Justin Amash has announced multiple members of his family have died in last week's Israeli airstrike on the St. Porphyrius Orthodox Church in Gaza. Amash posted a photo of two of his relatives, Viola and Yara, who were among the victims. Amash was the first Palestinian-American lawmaker to serve in the U.S. Congress. He was elected as a Republican in 2011, representing Michigan, but switched to independent in 2019. After backing the first impeachment of then-President Trump. Here in New York, the Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist Viet Nguyen says organizers canceled his appearance Friday after he signed an open letter condemning Israel's indiscriminate violence against Palestinians in Gaza and calling for a ceasefire. Some 900 people were expected to attend Friday's event at the 92nd NY for Nguyen's memoir about growing up as a refugee of the U.S. war on Vietnam. The cancellation came 2 days after Nguyen wrote on social media, quote, "The Israeli government and its supporters have sought to shut down any protest of Israel, including nonviolent ones like boycott, divest, and sanctions, which helps lead to the current situation where some can only see violence as a solution," unquote. 92nd NY is the former 92nd Street Y. This comes after scores of Palestinian-American activists say their scheduled appearances and TV and radio interviews have been canceled this month, while hotels and other venues have canceled events featuring Palestinians or speakers who've criticized Israel's human rights record. In Michigan, a funeral was held for Samantha Wall Sunday, the board president of a Detroit synagogue who was found stabbed to death outside her home Saturday. 40-year-old Samantha Wall of the Isaac Agree downtown Detroit synagogue was found by police who cautioned the public to not draw any conclusions as the killing is being investigated. Wall worked in politics, including for Congressmember Alyssa Slotkin, who said Wall, quote, dedicated her short life to building understanding across faiths, bringing light in the face of darkness. Wall also worked for Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel's re-election campaign. Nessel wrote in a tribute, quote, "Sam truly used her faith and activism to create a better place for everyone." In Illinois, the mother of slain 6-year-old Wadia Al-Fayoum was released from the hospital over the weekend. The 32-year-old mom, Hanan Shaheen, was stabbed by her landlord, Joseph Zuma, at least 12 times in the racist attack that claimed her son's life. The brutal attack on the Palestinian-American family came as rights groups warned that dehumanizing rhetoric around the war on Gaza is putting the lives of Muslims and Arabs in the U.S. at risk. The 6-year-old Wadia was stabbed more than 20 times by his landlord.